His sound is a throwback to another era. But his style is timeless. With an album that debuted at #1 and his single Everything blowing up the charts, Michael Bublé is on the fast track to superstardom. Fans are obsessed with him. Women can't get enough of him. And tonight, I try to uncover who he really is.
A mama's boy who wanted to be a hockey player and failed and had to become a singer.
Join me now for an incredible hour with a man behind the melody.
Long as I know I got love, I can make it.
Michael Bublé for the full hour. The one, the only Michael Bublé, a guy I have been talking about on the radio for I don't know how many years, and you know, I mean, is your career going downhill, spiraling out of control? What the hell are you doing here?
It's not good, man.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm thrilled to be. Finally, this is one of those things where I want. You know, I'm a big fan. I was going. Come on, let's go. Let's get going.
That's good. Okay, last time we saw each other, it was backstage Radio City Music Hall.
Yep.
And you said to me, you know what really makes me mad? I'm really a badass. Do you remember saying this?
Yeah.
I'm really a badass.
I said in the show, too.
Yeah. And I just wish people would understand how bad of an ass I am.
Yeah.
I'm here. I just want you to know, I have on the red card, or it's kind of pink.
Yeah. Pink is badass.
I've got pink badass questions for you.
Go crazy.
We could ask them all at once, or I could sprinkle them in.
Sprinkle them in. Do whatever. You do this well.
I'm going to start with the badass question.
Okay, go ahead.
We're going to go deep, and then take it from there. What's the worst thing about you?
Well, so the worst thing about you, I can't tell you because
the worst
people, I would lose half the fans. I mean, what I'm trying to say is...
You're not going to answer these questions, are you?
What I'm trying to say, and what I've said when I said this, is that I just don't want people to think that I'm too sweet of a boy and that I'm this little angel boy, because I'm going to get caught doing something horrible, Glenn, and I know it. And I'm going to get arrested or end up with that, not wearing panties one day.
You wear panties?
Well, accidentally once I didn't. And they got that shot only because they hired the small people to take the pictures.
No, come on. Are you? I mean, how much of this?
I'm a regular boy. Where's my camera? You. I'm just like your son or your brother or your cousin Frankie that does rotten things, and I just happen to be a celebrity.
How much of this is bullcrap?
Well, we'll see when I get caught. I've already done stupid things.
I know you have.
Yeah, I've already been. Go ahead.
Got them.
Here we go.
I've got some of them. I've got some of them here. Well, let me. I don't want to. Let me start. Let me start here.
Yes.
Your fans are quite varied.
Yes, completely.
And they are also. I mean, I was at Radio City with 5,000 screaming women who, and my wife was one of them, standing right next to me. I think she would have. She was like, I don't know him. How difficult is that for you?
Well, it's not easy, to be honest. It's really terrible to be surrounded by beautiful women all the time. No, it's great. The one thing that, and I'll be really honest with you, and I'm being sincere, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy where girls are throwing undies on the stage and stuff like that. I think that, I don't want to be the flavor, the passing thing that the girls, the girls scream at. I think that it was more important for me, honestly, that the guy who gets dragged to the show, looks at his wife and says, thank you, that was great, and tells his buddies. And I'm noticing more and more, I know you're saying there's all these women, but more and more, there's a lot of young single guys, and sometimes they're only coming to pick up the women, which is okay with me too. But, I don't want to be that guy. Do you know what I mean? It kind of bothers me sometimes when, it's not,
Who are you?
I am I think I'm a mama's boy who wanted to be a hockey player and failed and had to become a singer. I think that I'm a generous, impatient, kind jerk.
What's a kind jerk?
Like anybody, I can be a sweet person, a lovely person. At the same time, the next day I can be a complete turd. And that's really sexy of me, turd. But I just think, like any of us, we have good days and bad days and stuff. And I just didn't want to be, this celebrity thing was new to me. 4 or 5 years ago, it was just starting to happen. But even then, I thought, I don't want to pretend. I don't want to be this sweet, oh, it's just lovely, because, like I said, at some point, I'm going to get caught, people are going to see another side, or I'm going to get caught doing something, and I want people to go, yeah, it's Bublé. The guy's a goof, you know what I mean? That's who he is, and as opposed to being crushed and going, oh, he was faking. Oh, he was trying to be this nice guy, but he's really not. He's really not.
Yeah, but I mean, the one thing you don't strike me as, and I think this is your... I liked you better when I saw you live. I walked out of the theater and I said to my wife, we paid $600 a seat to see you.
That's ugly.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you
God
very
bless
much.
America and Canada.
Thank you.
$600 a seat. And I said to my wife, and I'm a fan, and I sat in that seat and I said, this guy better be frickin' worth it, man. This is $1,200.
Yeah.
We walked out and I said, would you have paid $1,000 to see that? It was an amazing show. You're better in person than you are, and that's saying something, better in person. But you're also, you strike me as honest, and you strike me as you still have joy. You still, you're digging it, man. You just love it. Are you at all afraid of that ever going away?
No, not the joy, I don't think. And to be honest, with the sincere thing, I think that, honestly, I think I'm Canadian, and I think that I think there's something special about being Canadian. I think that we're a nation of observers.
Oh, are the record sales hurting in Canada?
No, they're great.
Are you pandering to Canada right now?
No, I love my country, but I think that we learn to fake sincerity well.
Yeah, that's very good.
Really.
That's very good. Have you ever thought of becoming an American?
I'm not
You're
kidding.
living the American dream.
I know. And I make more of my money in America than I do anywhere else. And, but I think that I really do have joy up there, and I'm really comfortable. Sometimes more comfortable there than I am in a conversation with 3 or 4 people.
Isn't it weird? I think we have some things that are alike. I am so uncomfortable in a small group. Yeah. I can walk in front of 5,000 people, and it's great. You can just be completely, and I don't know what it is.
Is it that we're control freaks, maybe? And in a way,
could be. You want the spotlight?
Well, that we control the relationship, because when I'm in front of the audience, I control the conversation. And when you're with people, I'm very socially anxious. I mean, really anxious, and so if a person is cool, I can talk to them. But sometimes, there's a weird vibe.
I gotta tell you,
we have something else in common as well.
Well, I've got a couple things. What do you have?
I think we both like McGriddles a lot.
Oh my gosh, this is a fat joke.
No, I like
Michael
them too.
Bublé is doing a fat joke.
No, I'm not doing a fat joke. I love McDonald's. I love that McGriddle.
I mean, can I tell you something? There's nothing better than McGriddles. It quite possibly may be the ultimate breakfast invention.
One of your nice people said to me, I said, is there anything I should know? And she said, he likes McGriddles. And I said, what's a McGriddle? And she said, it's like the pancake with the sausage. Now,
you don't know McGriddles?
No, I've had it before. I just didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was called a McGriddle. But is that not the most beautiful thing in the world?
What the hell is wrong with you, man?
I better be getting paid for saying this stuff.
There's something deeply wrong. The other thing we have in common is you're from Vancouver, I'm from Bellingham, Washington.
Yeah, right
across
the border. We both smell
from
the aroma of Tacoma.
Yes, right across the border from each other. Yeah. My father was a baker, and he did everything he could to help me in my career. I started when I was 13 years old. Yeah. Your grandfather was a plumber.
Yep.
And he fixed toilets for stage time for you?
Absolutely would. He would take me into clubs and stuff, and there were these kind of like the Ramada bars, or to these musicians, and he would just say, you let the kid up on stage, and they'd say, no, he's not. He's a kid. He's 16 years old. He's not even supposed to be in here. And he'd say, well, let me, I'll put in fix your toilet. I'll put in a bidet in your apartment, and they would let me up there. And I shouldn't just say my grandpa, because my grandpa was obviously hugely supportive, but how many, you're saying your father, how many moms and dads, when you say to them at 15 years old, I want to be a singer, they go, great, okay, kid, you want it? We'll help you. And I know so many other parents, I had buddies and the parents said, no, you're going to university, you're going to become a lawyer like Dad, or you're going to be doing this, and da-da-da, that's a pipe dream, da-da-da. And my parents just literally just said, all right, tell us what we can do and we'll do it.
Ever think it was a pipe dream?
I think when I was about 25, I'd started at 16. I was working and doing everything in the nightclubs and anything you could possibly do. And I think after about 10 years, of nothing happening.
I've heard, I don't even know if this is true, I've heard how, what the turning point was with you, and I don't even know if it's true.
Yeah.
We'll come to that in just a second. Back with Michael Bublé.